Hey guys, welcome into Amanda's Favorites. Today I have the Sprouted Planner launch box here. We are going to unbox it together and then I will prep my whole video and I will be back with all the information for you guys. I am extremely excited to open this box because I have not seen a thing that is in it. I have no idea what her new line looks like. So we are going to take a look together. This is the amazing paper that Heather always sends me with all her product information. We have some amazing tablets with a really hard back to them. Oh my goodness. I'm going to unbox really quick so that we can look better. All right, you guys, these are the new covers this year and they have rounded corners. I'm noticing right off. Oh my goodness. I'm so impressed with the feel of these books in hand. I cannot wait to open these. Her monthly little planner is such a good basic too. Mini notebooks, mini bookmarks, a new habit tracker, and a daily notepad. We're gonna open these and get into every detail. So let me go prep this and I will be back. Sprouted Planner is one of these little gem of a companies. It is a one-woman owned show. Heather is the owner and creator behind Sprouted. I actually did one of my Planner Chat interviews with Heather last year, and I will post a link to that down in the description. I've done that with several of the planner owners, and I loved those conversations, getting to know them a little bit better. And I heard that from you guys too, that you really loved it. There have been some major changes to Heather's daily planners and weekly this year. Some of them in the outside construction, which you might be noticing right now. She has 5 new covers this year, and I have these 3 to share with you here. And then the other 2 covers are in the monthly planner and this little notebook. So you're going to get to see all the covers in this video, all her notepads that she offers, which are really amazing and different from a lot of other companies in that there is this super hard material covered linen board on the back that gives you such an amazing surface to write on. We're going to jump into the daily planner first. And before we get too far into the video, I want to let you know that I have a 15% off code with Sprouted. My code is Amanda's Favorites. You have to remember to punch it in at checkout. It is a one-time only use code. If you've already used it in your account, then I don't think it will work again. And as of this time, I do not have an affiliate link. So just remember to use that code, Amanda's Favorites. Now, Heather's daily planner has become very popular in the planner world with good reason, but let me show you the improvements this year that make it just go over the top, you guys. Last year, she added the spiral coil and everybody loved that, but this year she has added rounded corners. You guys know how much I love rounded corners. Just, it's a personal preference. I know not everybody feels the same way, but I just don't like the pointy corners. And if they are pointy, I don't especially like the pointy corners that have the metal covers on the end. I know lots of people might like those because it protects your corners, but I'd rather just have a squared off corner without the corner protectors because those corner protectors poke me and I really value how my planner feels in hand as we pick up and use our planner so much. So now all of the Sprouted corners are rounded, you guys, and I love them. This is her beautiful cover called Pink Peonies. This one is called Swanky Charcoal. It is a material that is very soft and it has that gold little Sprouted emblem on the front. But her Sprouted planner emblem has been moved to the back bottom of all of her planners. Her daily planners are sold in a set. It's $65 for both. So you have your July through December, that's 2025. And this is your January. I should have showed you this one first, January through June 2025. And then your July through December. I'm not sure what different set cover option she will have put together for the daily, but these are the 2 daily that she sent to me. Since we're talking covers, let's just see all her cover options for this year. Then she has Blue Lagoon, which is just this beautiful aqua blue. The inside of that is white. The inside of your Pink Peonies is a beautiful blue. Love that. The inside of the Swanky Charcoal, which is a material. I do have to say, if you have pet hair, because people always ask me this, I do think that pet hair will stick to this. You might have to use a lint remover. There's white inside with that one, but that's a very professional looking cover if you need that. And then this is another cover of hers, this beautiful Celadon pinstripe. It's just a really pretty color. We'll talk about this mini notebook sewn later, but that's also one of her planner covers. And then this monthly planner, which we will get into later, is also one of her planner covers. I love this one, called Pied Pebbles. It is beautiful and colorful and so happy. And the inside of that one is like a peach color. And the inside, I'm not sure if this coordinates with the planner too, of this one is charcoal. So those are our cover options. I did my pen test in the weekly, but we're going to get into the details of the daily. There have been some changes this year besides the amazing rounded corners. You now have this ruler that comes with it that has all these different stencils to it, so you can make lists, little stenciled boxes. Plus, it functions as a real ruler up to 7 inches. And of course, also functions as a page holder for you and pops in really easily. Like I said, your daily planner comes with both books. It can only be bought as a set, and it's $65 for both. You have your nameplate page, and you have a letter from Heather herself. I really like this personal letter from her. It lets you know why this planner company was built, what it was built out of, and how much it means to her. More of her story is on her website, and we also talk about her story in my planner chat video. You have a how to use this planner, talking about the monthly calendar, the daily layout, the monthly reflections, and the values. This planner is based all on values and intentions. It is not goal checking off a list, seeing how high you can climb or how much you can achieve. And she talks about that in her opening letter. It's from her dad passing away with ALS that this planner was born. I love the way she says, within that time, my family came together with shared intentions to support, help, and love each other. It was a time for action, but also a time for reflection of what was happening and the ability to process and document it. The planners I had during that time were devoted to achieving goals, finding my passion, and tracking habits. It did not serve me well in that season. I learned the valuable lesson that life is fluid and ever-changing. It's filled with different areas of focus at different times. Time keeps moving, and we must live with intention and make room for reflection. And through it all, the to-do list never stops. So that's a little portion of her letter there, if you have not heard Heather's story. So her planner is really based on what are your values. And then, so if you know your values, then what are your intentions that come from those values, so that you can make sure that those are the things that you're focusing on. So at the beginning, she talks to you about how to identify your 5 to 6 core values, and then identifying your intentions in those values. And each monthly calendar will have a reminder to schedule in these intentions. And then it talks about how important the people in our life are. This page is to list out your home team. She talks about that and gives you all the background for that. The names of your home team go in the gray header, and in the grid space below each person, you realistically list out how and how often you'd like to invest your time in each person. Like, do you want to go out to lunch with them once a month or once a quarter? Do you want to have a weekly phone call with them or a weekly FaceTime or send a letter to them monthly, whoever they are? So how to keep those people and relationships forefront in your life. Then you have a reminders area for kind of like the 4 seasons of the year. And then you have your year at a glance here. Also for listing out your intentions and plans ahead of time for the year. You have a year list. A year goes by faster than we think. By this time next year, what do you want to have done and experienced? I like the way that she words that because it's very open-ended and it's very easy to jot down a list like that. Hope for the year. What are your hopes for the year ahead? Then you have a 2025 calendar. You have the US holidays and observations here. And then you have a look focusing on, this is just your January through June daily planner, remember? So you have a January through June here, and you have an every day of the month tracker. And this is here to kind of bridge your gap between the 2 daily planners for future plans for your July through December. So doctor appointments or travel plans or even intentions, things you're thinking of like along those lines can go in here. Then you have 2 lined pages with a header up top. Then you have 2 dot grid pages. And then this is new this year. This has changed. You have a dot grid page opposite a monthly dashboard page. So now you have a monthly dashboard page with lines a box, a grid section, and a labeled line box. So you can use this however you wish to map out your monthly to-dos, your projects, your intentions, the people you want to contact. And you have a whole page here for anything that you need. It could be brainstorming meals for the month, or it could be brainstorming like your health and wellness focus for the month. So just an open page there. Your dashboard page is on the back of your tabbed monthly page. So your tabbed page does open to your monthly spread. And I like that your dashboard page is on the back. It makes it very easy to find with the tabbed page. Your tabbed page in this planner is thicker. It's like a cardstock page. And then all the rest of your pages are 80-pound wonderful paper. I have a pen test when we get to the weekly planner. This is what all your monthly layouts look like. It is a typical Sunday start, and you're coming into the month or going out of the month is in a very light gray numbered. I always like when calendars include that. Your holidays are in a light gray at the bottom of the day. I love that they're at the bottom of the day to give you optimal room for your day. And I love that her monthly is lined. So many people also love this. There are 7 lines. If you count the very bottom line, then there are 8 lines if I counted correctly. And that just helps you to be able to fit more into a box and or make it look a little bit more neat. So both of those things I feel like lines on monthly spreads help with. And on all of your monthly calendars, you have these check off items to remember to check in with: your values, your people, your reminders, and your year list. And then you have room for a monthly list. You have room down here for monthly lists or projects, a little dot grid room here, and your previous month and your next month at a glance. I love how there's not a lot of header space wasted on the Sprouted Monthly. She really utilized the page well. Then after every monthly layout, you're going to go into 2 lined pages with a header box up there for anything you need for the month. And then you go into, you guys, Sprouted had this last year, but it is still very rare in daily planners. You get a full week at a glance and room for a weekly list before your daily pages for the week. Your week at a glance is labeled with the dates for that week. I love that. You have an open-ended box up top. Your sections are even more open-ended this year to allow for customization and flexibility for whatever you need. Every person is so different. Everybody's life is so different. And also, we change throughout the year. So you might be using this box for one thing for a couple of months, and then you find that you need to change it. So that could be your focus of the week. It could be your gratitude of the week. It could be a quote. It could be your top 3 for the week. So many different things you could use that for. Then you have 2 different list sections with 10 boxes each, 10 tick off boxes. Each one has a header though. So you could label it, personal and work, or home and work, or personal and kids, whatever you want to label it. And then a dot grid section at the bottom. That is a 5mm dot grid. Then you have your days of the week with light lines, and your holidays are on those days of the week also. And of course, numbered for you so that you could put in all your main appointments, or this could house your meal plan, or it could house your kids' work schedule, whatever you need to see in a daily planner for your week at a glance, which I feel is so helpful, is right here for you, and your weekly list to keep turning back to. And you could definitely mark that page with a little sticky tab so that you can always turn back to it, or you can mark that page. I put one of these in the weekly already. You get a set of 4 of her mini bookmarks here, and these pop so easily into our planner, and that way it could mark your weekly page in there. I love these mini bookmarks because they don't go down as far as the other ones, and they're really easy to move around, and they just flow like that, take up no room, but mark the beginning of your week. So once again, you get a set of 4, and the last one is in the weekly planner and is the peony one. So really beautiful. The set of 4 is $6. Let's take a look at the daily pages now. Full daily pages, even for Saturday and Sunday. You have the day of the week, the date. You have this whole header little space up here that could be writing somebody's birthday. It could be your workout for the day. It could be a focus or like the one thing that you want to complete that day. It could be like the weather over here and your dinner up there. So many different things you could use that for, but completely open-ended for what you need in whatever season you're in. This has been changed a little bit from last year to make it even more open-ended. So I'll show you a page I haven't written on first. So there are no boxes or labels in this box because she wants it to be open for whatever you need. It could be your daily top 3, like I just wrote in there on my page. It could be for your meal plan for the day. That could be your meal plan. It could be for your daily gratitude, a quote for the day, stickers, whatever you want to put in that box. Then you have 15 to-do tick-off lines here. And this has changed from last year to leave it more open-ended. There is a very light gray line down here. So if you wanted to have a separate list for something here, then there is room for a separate list. But if you don't need a separate list and you just like to write out longer to-do list items like I personally do, then this is perfect because you can just go all the way across and ignore that line. Something I love about Sprouted Daily is that you have a longer to-do list line. In many daily planners, I find myself, because I need to be very specific in my to-dos, if I just scratch something out like 3 words, sometimes I don't know what I meant by the time I get there. Something about aging is coming over me. I need to be very specific. And so I like the longer to-do list space. I also love how your timed column is not half of your page. So you can still do time blocking for your whole day, or you can still just map out your appointments for the day or your intentions for different times of the day. Like when you planning to go to the gym, when you planning for your work hours to be, but it's not taking up half your daily page. Then a really nice blank notes box for anything you want, and a section down here. This could be your dinner. This could be your gratitude for the day. This could be a quote, or you might stick a piece of washi tape down there to decorate your page. So a really open page. Any holidays you have are up here in light gray. I really love the Sprouted Daily page. I don't have the Sprouted Daily from this year, from the first half of the year that I actually used for a good chunk of time, probably at least a month or more. And I really love the layout of her page. And now these changes to the layout plus the rounded corners makes it even more ideal. I love the feel of it in hand. You guys, the size of this book makes it feel very portable. The rounded corners make it feel so good in hand. Your pages are like 8.75 by like 6.5. Your cover is 7 by 8.75. So your cover size is just barely under a 7x9 planner. Being just a tad smaller makes it feel just a tad more portable, and the rounded corners make it feel so good. I love all these changes. I love the colored tabs of Sprouted, just bringing in some beautiful, calming, fun colors to every month. So when I use the daily pages, I usually put my top 3 up here and then just list out my to-do list for the day and put out any appointments or time blocking I want to. It's such a very flexible, usable daily page. And then you have those same pages all the way through Saturday and Sunday. Nothing changes on Saturday and Sunday. Then you have your next weekly planning page with your week at a glance and your weekly list and going into your new week. At the end of the month, this is the flow. We have, you guys, Heather's planner was already really great with reflection questions at the end of every month, but she has expanded that even more. So here are your new reflections and intentions. At the end of the month, you go into a reflection for that month. So it will say January reflection. I love how she labels it the month. Review your calendar from the month. What stands out as memorable? What are you proud of? What did you struggle with? What brought you joy? So you're reflecting on the month. Then currently, what are you currently watching, reading, listening to, making, enjoying, and dreaming about? Favorites from the month. Food/meal, song, memory, purchase, place, things that made you laugh. I think these would be so fun to look back on at the end of the year. Then you have an intentions page. What were your intentions and how did it go? Under your values, your people, your things, your year list. So you're just checking in with yourself. What's working and what's not working about those intentions you made. Then looking forward to the next month. What are you looking forward to? What are you feeling challenged or worried about? What can you eliminate or delegate? Are there any changes you need to make? Then your upcoming focus to think about your values, people, things, year list. Think about what your focuses are in those different categories and what's the priority, and a little dot grid space there to work into. Then you have a whole dot grid page opposite your monthly dashboard. Once again, your monthly tabbed page comes next. Then 2 lined pages for every month. She heard from her community that they would rather have these lined pages in between monthlies and have less lined pages at the back. So having them for monthly planning or monthly lists. And then you just go into your daily pages. So that is the flow of your daily planner. At the end of your planner, you still have a few lined pages. You have 5 lined pages with the headers at the end of your planner. And then you have a sticker sheet that comes with functional stickers, some icon stickers. They match the color of the tabs, and some fun get stick to the plan. You get to decide, give yourself kindness. So you do get a sticker sheet with your planner. And then that is the end of your daily planner book. There is a pocket up front. And I know that we need to know this. The mini notebook fits perfectly in the Sprouted pocket. So if you need a mini notebook with your planner, it still shuts really well, and you can have the Sprouted little mini notebook right in your planner with you. The pocket feels very nice and sturdy and coated. So that is your daily planner. Once again, comes in January through June, and then your second book is your July through December. In your July through December book, you do have a year-end reflection. So it says review the calendar and reflections for each month over the last year. What stands out as memorable and or significant? What are you most proud of and why? What challenged you the most and why? What brought you the most joy and why? And then some more questions to go through on your year-end reflection. And then your favorites of the year, like movie, meal, place, show, memory, book, song, thing that made you laugh, podcast, adventure, thing you made, and purchase. And then aligned notes page, and then your sticker sheet. So that wraps up at the end of your July through December Sprouted planner. Now let's take a look at her weekly, which is also a really amazing layout that works for so many people. In the weekly, you have all those same pages up front for planning your values and intentions. So values, people, reminders, everything the same as your daily planner. Year list, hope for the year, 2025 year at a glance, US holidays and observations. And then instead of splitting this into 2 books, you have your entire year tracker on one page. This could be to track any one habit you want. You could be tracking a different habit every month and write it up there. It could be to track your cycle. It could be for anything and everything you need that yearly tracker for. Then you have a 2026 planning calendar for looking ahead and 2026 year at a glance. Then you have 2 lined notes, 2 dot grid notes, and then you go into your January dashboard, just like the daily planner. Your tabbed pages are the same. They are the thick cardstock. Everything the same about your monthly layout, your 2 lined pages, and then you have your weekly page. Let's take a look at one that I have not written on or have not stuck a sticky note on, then we'll talk about those. This is your basic weekly layout. Some things have changed from last year to make it more open-ended and more flexible. You have a blank header up here for anything that you wish to use it for. You could write in your one good memory of the week, your gratitude of the week, or it could be something you need to remember that week. Somebody's birthday or a big celebration is coming up. You have room here on every day that you could write in like your meal plan here for dinner, or you could write the temperatures here. You could write what your workout is for the day. So just that little box area could be used for different things. Then you have 4 lines, or if counting the bottom, 5 lines for however you want to use this. This could be your timed things like appointments on this side. This could be your top 3 for the day, the tick off boxes, and then just 2 more lines. Or it could be 2 different to-do lists. Like it could be work and home, dividing your life into whatever categories of to-dos you have. So a really good glance at your entire week. Then your weekly list. Your weekly list is broken down into 2 columns. So you could once again divide that into 2 sections of your life, or mix it up however you need to. You also have these 2 sections, a grid section and a blank one. So it could even be for like, prep for a trip that's coming up. It could be, these are your errands and then phone calls that you need to make. This is your work to do and your home to do. So I love that they're kind of broken up into different sections and you can use it however it works for you. There are 2 sets of 10 tick off boxes there. And then you have dot grid at the bottom for another section. That could be a little journaling about your week or gratitudes or just notes for the week. I feel like the page has been utilized so well. Let's look at the pen test now. This is 80-pound paper. It is not extra toothy, but it is not a super smooth paper. I feel like it has a tiny bit of tooth to it and it takes all pen really well. I did all my bright pens and markers and bright mild liner, even a fountain pen, really inky pens. The tool pen is super inky and so is the Sharpie S Gel. And if you look here, you can barely even, probably not even see that page was written on. Definitely nothing bleeding through, really not even any show through. So the Sprouted 80-pound paper handles pen, marker, mild liner extremely well. When I have used her weekly planner before, which I have because I really love this layout, I would put like temperatures here, but I also showed you how it could fit in your dinner plans or if you're working out. I like to put any of my big things out of the day, like my out of the house things here, and or just big things that I know like must absolutely be done on that day. Then my extras go on this side. I like to put something to motivate me for the week up here, like what my focus is, and then just my to-do list. It's a highly functional layout. This is a new product from Sprouted this year, and they are manufactured by Post-it, you guys. I will show you. And so they stick really well. She has this weekly habit tracker, which you could pop in to your weekly or your daily planner, because this could go on the weekly dashboard page in your daily planner. So such an awesome new product there. That is your weekly planner and your flow. You have all the same reflection pages that you have in your daily planner. So when you go into a month, you have your monthly layout. You have 2 lined pages for the month. Then you have your weekly layouts for the whole month. And then when you get to the end of the month, you have your February reflection, currently, favorites, intentions, looking forward. And then you have your monthly dashboard opposite a dot grid page and back into your monthly layout. At the end of this planner, you have the same year-end reflection that we just went over in your daily planner. So you have all those same questions. Then you have your favorites of the year, same as the daily planner. And then you have 9 notes pages at the back of your weekly planner lined with your room for a label up top, same sticker sheet. And that is the end of your weekly planner. This year, your weekly planner has been changed to the same spiral coil that is on your daily planner. Last year, it was a wire O-ring. So that's another change that I know people are going to be excited about. If you look at your weekly and your daily, your weekly planner is slimmer than your daily planner book. And your weekly coil is a tiny bit smaller than your daily planner. It says the width of your daily planners are 1 1/8 of an inch, and the width of your weekly planners is just 1 inch. But she does say they both weigh 1 pound and 14 ounces. And she lists the daily as having 298 pages and the weekly having 262. So not a huge difference. And actually, they're both listed as a 1 inch spiral coil, but just looking at it, it does seem like the daily coil is a little bit bigger than the weekly coil. All your covers are hardbound and coated except for the charcoal one, which is the material. I'm sure this is coated in something that would slough off water, but it is very soft to the touch. So those are your covers and your daily and weekly planners. Let's get into the accessories. All right, these are one of my favorite accessories. These are $15 each, and she has such great basic layouts here and to-do lists. You have just a weekly layout. So if you need a brain dump for the week, or if you need a meal planner for the week, this is absolutely perfect. Grocery list, meal plan, or just brain dump your week, like I said. This paper does not feel like the 80-pound paper that is in the planners, but it feels at least 70-pound. I did a pen test on the back to show you absolutely nothing bleeds through to your next page, so that's what really matters. But even on the back of this page, there is not much ghosting. I don't know, this could even possibly be 80-pound paper. It's really great paper on these tablets. Here you have a daily page, so 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. I don't think I even highlighted the time in the daily planner. Maybe I said it once, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. with dotted lines for half hours. So if you need half hour lines, they are in there for you. If you want to ignore that dotted line and write a little bit bigger, that is such a great way to lay it out, still give you half hour options if you need it. So that's your daily page. So this one goes to a little bit earlier, just 5 to 9 p.m. You still have the dotted half hour lines, and then you have a to-do list and a dot grid section down here. You can write the date, circle the day of the week, and write in any header you want for the day. And then these just tear off so easily. You guys, they function so well. You know how some tablets have problems tearing off? This one tears off so well. You could even save all of these in a stack and just use the back for scratch paper. I do not know how many sheets are on here right now, but it is a lot. That is a lot of sheets. That is your daily. I love how it's this material on the back. It feels good to hold it in hand. It has actual hardware in it, screws right there. And it's so hard, it makes it really easy to carry around the house or the office and just write on it. So I really like these notepads for that reason. Also, they look really nice and professional with the gold and the navy. So you have a daily, you have a weekly, you have just a to-do list. Just go crazy, brain dump to-do list, and to-do list into 4 4 different categories, which I love too. All of these are amazing, and I think they are such great products. So if you are picking up a Sprouted planner, I would definitely look at these. Or if you are using another planner right now, these are just a great planning accessory for anyone. Okay, a few other great accessories. You guys, these are made by Post-it brand. So they stick amazingly well because they're made by Post-it. Okay, all of these Post-it brand. You have the habit tracker, which is $5 for this habit tracker Post-it pad. Can track up to 10 habits for the week on here. Then you have a daily notepad and a weekly notepad. This daily fits perfectly in your weekly planner. So if you are just sometimes needing a daily page, here is the daily page. I was testing a fountain pen on here. It sticks on the left side is where the Post-it is. And this is thinner paper than these tablets for sure. These are thicker. Like I said, these could even be 80-pound paper. These are thinner paper, but not super thin. And obviously it still holds the ink of a fountain pen perfectly well. And this is just a daily page you can pop into your weekly planner whenever you need it. It fits her planner page perfectly, but would also fit a lot of other planner pages, and then just take it out when you're done and throw it away. So you have 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. It mimics the daily page in her planner, all the different parts of it. So that is a great planning accessory too. You have a weekly planning page also that you could pop in anywhere that you need it. Sticky note, use it for pre-planning, use it for meal planning, use it for mapping out your kid's schedule for the week. Or maybe you're using this for your kid. They don't need a whole planner, but they need a little bit of guidance, like when their activities are during the week, and maybe the few things they need to accomplish that day after school. And so just a little pad like this would be perfect for them. And with the sticky note being on the left-hand side, you can pop it anywhere that they need it. So those are your Post-it brand sticky note pads. She also has these pop-in dashboards, just like her page markers, into her planner. If you want to write on here with dry erase marker and then erase it, or wet erase marker, or even permanent marker, something you want to leave in more permanently, but have it mark the place in your planner. It could be your meal planner, and you might use little sticky notes to move it around for the days of the week. And then just a to-do list on the back. So that is a great pop-in dashboard that fits your Sprouted planner. Last but not least, let's talk about the monthly planner. You guys, these little monthly planner books are hard to come by. There's only a few companies that make them. So this one, let's talk about the dimensions. It is sewn. It is 6 by 8 with rounded corners with 80-pound paper. It's coated on the outside to protect your book and coated in here. You have 2025 year at a glance, the holidays and observations. You have a yearly planning laid out, plus your 4 seasons or quarters checklist. You have your yearly tracker in it. Then you have your 2026 at a glance for future planning, and your 2026 being able to write out days off, appointments. You have 2 dot grid pages, 4 lined pages with a label at top, a header, and then a line margin down the side. And then you go into your monthly layouts. If you want a little monthly planner with absolutely no color in it, so you can make it whatever you want, and you need it to have lines, this is perfection. You have notes room on the side here. It's a typical Sunday start. You have your previous month and your next month. A little header at the top, your holidays in light gray at the bottom. There are 6 lines, and if you count the bottom line of the box, then 7 lines. In between each month, you have 2 lined pages, and then you go into your next month. So in between every month are those 2 lined pages, then your next month. So really easy for future planning, just to flip through quickly. At the end, you have 7 lined pages to wrap up your book. And then that is the end of your monthly planner. It is so portable. It's 6 by 8. It is $20. She also has these mini notebooks, which I've shown you fit inside your planner. They are sewn. They do not have any header page. They are $8, and they are all dot grid. And these measure about 5 by 7. So these are 6 by 8. These are 5 by 7. And just dot grid notebooks all the way throughout, a light 5mm dot grid and your little Sprouted symbol at the bottom. And they fit in your planner beautifully, also coated. All right, my friends, that wraps us up for the Sprouted 2025 launch. They have launched today over at Sprouted. So you can go grab these right now with my 15% off code, Amanda's Favorites. That is a one-time use only, no affiliate link at this time with Sprouted. I would love to hear your thoughts on all these new planners, especially if you've used Sprouted before, but even if you haven't, let me know your thoughts down below. I know that Heather, the owner of Sprouted, will come here and read the comments too, and would love to hear your thoughts. That's where all the changes have come to her planners over the years, and improvements is by listening to her community, which she does so well. Thank you for being here with me today. Take a deep breath, guys. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful day.